Where the cocoa trees grow tall, where the market bells ring and the rain will fall. Mama told me, son, never bow your head. This land is ours, let the truth be said. They drew their lines on a stranger's map, took our voice, tried to hold us back. But the soil remembers every seed we've sown, and the hills still whisper, you're not alone. 'Cause this land knows my name, it knows my sweat, it knows my pain. From Victoria's shore to Bemenda's lane, you can't erase the claim. We're the former British Southern Cameroons, and we're still standing in the sun and monsoon. You can fight, but it won't ever change. This land both my name. I've seen friends fall with the gunfire roars. I've carried hope through 100 closed doors. They call us rebels, but we just wanna be a people walking free in our own country. We've sung in the night when the lights went black, dreamed of the day we can all come back. Every loss just fuels a fire inside. We've got the truth and we've got our pride. 'Cause this land knows my name, it knows my sweat, it knows my pain. From Victoria's shore to Bemenda's flame, you can't erase the claim. We're the former British Southern Cameroons, and we're still standing in the sun and monsoon. You're in fight, but it won't ever change. This land knows my name. From Buer Town to Lincoln Bay Street, you can hear that freedom beat. From Libya land to Indians tide, our hearts are strong, we will not hide. 'Cause this land knows my name, it knows my sweat, it knows my pain. From Victoria's shore to Bemenda's flame, you can't erase the claim. We're the former British Southern Cameroon, and we're still standing in the sun and monsoon. You can fight, but it won't ever change. This land knows my name, this land knows my name, and it'll never be the same. 'Cause this land knows my name, and it'll never be all the same.
From the valleys to the mountains, from the rivers to the plains, we have travailed. In Ambazonia's heart where shadows play, the people rise up strong to light the way. With hands held high like stars so bright, they fight for freedom with all their might. Through fields and forests where spirits fly, together they stand beneath the sky. With burning hearts they face the night, to turn the darkness into light. Ambazonia fights with courage bold against strong through fire and heat. With every step, the chains will break for their beloved land they'll never forsake. Through fields and forests where spirits fly, together they stand beneath the sky. With burning hearts they face the night to turn the darkness into light. Amba fights with courage bold against the fallen in the winter cold. A sacred battle for what is right, for freedom shines in morning light. Amazonia fights, the angels fell, their sacred story the world will tell. A battle fought in heaven's side, where freedom dawns and love burns
Africa rises, the chains are undone. The giants now tremble, their fear has begun. The giant killers stand proud in the sun. A new age is dawning, our battle is won. From here to Lagos, the voices unite. The future is shining so bold and so bright. Our cocoa, our oil, our diamonds and sand, no longer stolen by a foreign hand. The youth of Africa rise, take command. We are the future, our fate is unplanned. Patrice Lumumba, Ibrahim Traoré, Julius Malema, Florentine Fonche, Akwanga Ebeneza, Sisi Kura Yuktabe, Kwame Nkrumah, Joe Ayaba. Africa witness the dawn of the day. From Lagos to Kigali, from Cairo to Cape, no more oppression, no chains to escape. From Soweto to Accra, the drum set the shade. The sound of our freedom will never erase. Patrice Lumumba, Ibrahim Traoré, Julius Malema, Florentine Fonche, Akwanga Ebeneza, Sisi Kura Yuktabe, Kwame Nkrumah, Joe Ayaba. Amazonia rises, Africa will stay. The world is now watching, the tide will soon turn. The
It knows my sweat, it knows my pain. From Victoria's shore to Bamanda's lane, you can't erase the claim. We're the former British Southern Cameroons, and we're still standing in the sun and monsoon. You can fight, but it won't ever change. This land both my name. I've seen friends fall with a gunfire roars. I've carried hope through 100 closed doors. They call us rebels, but we just wanna be the people walking free in our own country. We've sung in the night when the lights went black, dreamed of the day we can all come back. Every loss just fuels a fire inside. We've got the truth and we've got our pride, 'cause this land knows my name. It knows my sweat, it knows my pain. From Victoria's shore to Bamanda's flame, you can't erase the claim. We're the former British Southern Cameroons, and we're still standing in the sun and monsoon. You're in fight, but it won't ever change. This land knows my name. From Buer Town to Lincoln Bay Street, you can hear that freedom beat. From Libya Lamb to the Indians tide, our hearts are strong, we will not hide. 'Cause this land knows my name. It knows my sweat, it knows my pain. From Victoria's shore to Bamanda's flame, you can't erase the claim. We're the former British Southern Cameroon, and we're still standing in the sun and monsoon. You can fight, but it won't ever change. This land knows my name. This land knows my name, and it'll never be the same. 'Cause this land knows my name, and it'll never be all the same.
From the valleys to the mountains, from the rivers to the plains, we have travailed, but we shall prevail. From the shadows we have risen. Chains could bind us, not our vision. Through the night of pain and sorrow, freedom calls us to tomorrow. Though the road is long and steep, we have promises to keep. Through the fire, through the rain, we will never bow again. Amba travailing, Amba prevailing through the storm, through the flame. Still we stand, still proclaiming, on the hills to the shore. Hear our voices restoring, Ambazonia travailing, Ambazonia prevailing. Dr. Akwanga, be amazed, our courage shining through the years. Father Ambazonia, Fong Fungongoji Tinka, standing firm without fear. Dr. Oyaba, blazing the war of independence flame. Dr. Florentine Fonche, Ambazonia's hope, we lift your name. Sesiku Ayuktabe, steadfast in the darkest night, your sacrifice fuels our fight. Amber strong. Who will march with the other flame? We will march with the Amber's flame. Who will hope like Fonchi True? We will hope like Fonchi True. Who will endure like Sissy Coos name? Amazonia, Sissy Coos name. Amazonia, travailing, Amazonia, prevailing from the storm through the flame. Still we stand, still proclaiming on the hills to the shore. Hear our voices are storming. Amazonia, travailing, Amazonia, prevailing through the fire, through the rain. Still we scan, still proclaim. Amazonia, prevailing. Amazonia.
They spin tales to win a fight. Words like daggers, sharp and bright. No truth in their eyes, just lies. Just win their game, that's all they prize. They tell you what they say to win. Tactics sharp like a venomous sting. Winning's all, no matter the cost. Their words a weapon, not a ghost. They tell you what they say to win. In debates, they're just a machine. Manipulate, distract, confuse. Win the argument, that's their muse. But listen close, there's something more. A truth that can't be ignored. It's not about winning, but standing strong. With facts and values where they belong. They spin tales to win a fight. Words like daggers, sharp and bright. No truth in their eyes, just lies. Just win the game, that's all they prize. They tell you what they say to win. Tactics sharp like a venomous sting. Winning's all, no matter the cost. Their words a weapon, not a ghost. They tell you what they say to win. In debates, they're just a machine. Manipulate, distract, confuse. Win the argument, that's their muse.
In Ambazonia's heart where shadows play, the people rise up strong to light the way. With hands held high like stars so bright, they fight for freedom with all their might. Through fields and forests where spirits fly, together they stand beneath the sky. With burning hearts they face the night to turn the darkness into light. Ambazonia fights with courage bold against the fallen in the winter cold. A sacred battle for what is right. Freedom shines in morning light. The ground it shakes beneath their feet as they march on through fire and heat. With every step the chains will break for their beloved land they'll never forsake. Through fields and forests where spirits fly, together they stand beneath the sky. With burning hearts they face the night to turn the darkness into light. Ambazonia fights with courage bold against the fallen in the winter cold. A sacred battle for what is right, where freedom shines in morning light. Ambazonia fights, the angels fell, their sacred story the world will tell. A battle fought in heaven's side, where freedom dawns and love burns
Africa rises, the chains are undone. The giants now tremble, their fear has begun. The giant killers stand proud in the sun. A new age is dawning, our battle is won. From there to Lagos, the voices unite. The future is shining so bold and so bright. The giant killers stand proud in the sun. A new age is dawning, our battle is won. From there to Lagos, the voices unite. The future is shining so bold and so bright. Patrice Lumumba Ibrahim Traoré, Julius Malema, Florentine Fonche, Akwanga Ebeneza, Sisi Ayub Tabe, Kwame Nkrumah, Joe Ayaba. Africa witness the dawn of the day. From Lagos to Kigali, from Cairo to Cape, no more oppression, no chains to escape. From Soweto to Accra, the drum set the shade. The sound of our freedom will never erase. Patrice Lumumba Ibrahim Traoré, Akwanga Ebeneza, Sisi Ayub Tabe, Kwame Nkrumah, Joe Ayaba. Ambazonia rises, Africa will stay. The world is now watching, the tide will soon turn. The fire
When justice becomes law, we rise, we stand, we fight. From Buies Hills to Bama Industries, we'll march into the night. They tried to chain our story, but truth can't be contained. The former British Southern Cameroons will never be the same. Freedom has a name, Amazonia, and it's written in our hearts to stay. No power on earth can steal it away. No matter what they do or say, we're standing strong, we're here to stay. Amazonia, Amazonia.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you for
Dr. Akwanga holds the banner.
being part of the meeting of today. Today is another blessed day that God has made so that we all can be happy, rejoice. It's by grace that we have life. If we are living and still breathing, it is grace. Many who have died, many of them are more better than us. But for some reason, the Father allow us to still be alive today. So it's a privilege to every one of us this 2026. We hope and pray that the Father of all creation will give us more grace to see many more years, and that it will not only be translated in our life, but also in the life of the people of the former British Southern Cameroons, Ambazonia. My name is His Lordship Bishop Dr. Yakubu Chamaya, Speaker of the Parliament of Ambazonia. And today we are having the first 2026 parliamentary session in quotes, which basically will be some kind of a discussion on many things as per 2026. There are so many concerns. I also have gone around and I have listened to the worries and the concerns of many Ambazonians and how they look at the parliament, what they think about the parliament. And some of those concerns are very clearly understood. We understand why they have to think like that. And any critical person will basically have to think. The days are past, gone, when people just have to follow like sheep. And if it's a system where people come and they ask critical questions, debates, I think those are the kind of systems that can push activities and commitments, ventures, endeavors forward, can push them forward. So in a parliament is a system, is a community of such caliber where people have to come debate. Some parliaments, they even fight. So that is why the Ambazonian parliament as this, it welcomes every person. And you should be ready to see all classes of people. You're not going to reject some. Some will tell you what they think it is, and you also might also tell them what you think, your own opinion and idea works. I will pray that we will do everything to follow the codes and then our hearts and consciences, so that whatever that is being put together in whatever way will be to bring the people peace and to blocked whatever design of manipulation that the enemy has put in place for the people of Amazonia. So today I will go through before we start, it will be important for me to go through the agenda. I will put it out there also for you to look at it. We'll go through the agenda and then I'll welcome those that are able to identify. So The agenda we have. Shall we look at just a minute? On the agenda, we have the call to order, opening remarks, adoption of agendas of the agenda, which might not really, this pattern might not really be observed in a way, but this is the way the pattern of the parliament is supposed to be construed. And then we shall have also parliamentary discussions. I hope some of the speakers on this One Cameroon topic are around. I hope. If not, we will look at it and maybe how it will go, we were going to accept it. But it's a topic that is important to be discussed. Because it's something that resonates within the Ambazonian or Southern Cameroon community, and we cannot just close those ideas. There are going to be some members, I can assure you, in the parliament that are going to be MPs for One Cameroon. Those are political opinions. We cannot just close them out. So we shall also look at some of the questions I tried to come around with, which in some groups I was being asked and posed. I would like to talk more on them because I could not have enough time to talk. And then I'll bring this question to the podium, the panel, so that some of us can discuss about them. And we give our ideas and opinion. It's never nice to talk on one side, or let's say just a monologue. It's never the best. The parliament is not out there to be some kind of an institution that is there to clamp and move upon people. We are there to find a solution for 2026. For almost 10 years, there have been one thing after the other, one thing after the other, and nothing is coming to the light. So we will look at the public listings of MPs. I made some audios on why or how we're trying to work it out here, and some of the dangers, why it is the way it is. And then I should also have to talk about it here. And if you have some ideas and opinion, please say them. It's important because without them, we cannot really move forward. The parliamentary propaganda institution will also look at which level of propaganda and what, and the rest. So when people talk, I take their discussions very seriously and try to do some introspection to see that we should not work in a negative way. In the world today, people have good intentions. But one thing we've come to realize is that there are a lot of people with good intentions, but not really doing the right thing. And we don't have to be in that kind of category. That's why we must reason together, talk together, brainstorm together, so that we can have a common goal and a good one for that matter. So questions, interventions, clarifications, the contribution of members and the rest. Some of the members, like the ones that are on ground, which I know, like they have difficulties with the internet, and we're trying to help them and educate them on how they can really get access, because you cannot really be an MP, or for those who are still walking toward that direction, to be an MP and then you miss 2 sessions at a row without any legitimate answer, it's really not the best for the people. So those who are listening to me from YouTube, you should know that whatever it takes, you have to do everything and be part of some of these sessions. We also understand that it is a challenge of network on ground, but we pray that God will help, and then things will work well for His glory. So that is a rundown of the agenda, and you just have to go to it. Before that, I want to uh, recognize some few people that I can recognize. If you are there and I have not recognized you, please let us know. I want to recognize our able speaker. No, not. I want to recognize Mama G that I can look at and see here. I want to recognize because I think I saw her here also. I want to also recognize Dr. Florentine, the president of the Republic of Amazonia, for being here. Please, if you are someone that is supposed to call upon you, just let me know. I also have to recognize we have yes, I think, and everyone that is here that for some reasons I've not been able to mention. Also, I can see the list, the number of people that are there. Some I really don't know in person, but I want to say that you are highly recognized. Those who are members of, who are for one Cameroon, please indicate so that when the time comes, we'll be able to call you up and when we start. So thank you very much for coming. We're moving forward and seeing how things will work for everyone. So now we will take this time to pray. Father, we thank you. It's only you that can assist the people of the former British Southern Cameroons. Without you, they will fail. There's no amount of level of wisdom. There's no level of knowledge that can rival that of the enemy. Are skillful in their technology, they are manipulative in their guise. It takes only you with all knowing, all the wisdom to be able to rival and dominate them. That wisdom in your presence is what we call. Empower the people of Southern Cameroons, Ambazonia, with the wisdom to understand what is good and what is bad. There are some things that are good, but not all good things are really needed and accepted before you. For the past 10 years, many lives have gone. Many are still dying daily basis. Come down with your grace and mercy. Deliver us all. We need you. We've tried with our own strength, with our own abilities, but we have failed. You when you are involved. So when you build a house, except you build a house, the builders are building in vain. There have been opportunities where the people of Southern Cameroons have entrusted their directions in the hands of your leaders, your people, men of God, and we have failed. Give grace and help. Help so that we should be able to do exactly that which is required of you and not be judged for our lapses and weaknesses when the time comes. Help us so when the time comes, if we are being rewarded, to be rewarded for what we participate, what we did in order to bring peace and laughter in the minds of these people. That we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen. So thank you very much. That was just a short word of prayer. For I want to open the if you are there, you can open your mic, and if you think you want to greet us before we continue, and some of the participants that are there, just do that, and then we continue. Thank you. Okay, let me first of all ask for the person I can recognize. Dr. His Excellency Dr. Florentine Funch, President of the Republic of Amazonia, to at least salute those that are also in the house. You're welcome, His Excellency, and I thank you for always being there and participating when it comes to issues that concern the parliament.
Good evening, His Lordship Bishop Yakubu, Bishop Dr. Yakubu. Good evening, fellow comrades. Good evening, MPs, current MPs, and applicants, MP applicants. I just want to say thank you for your tenacity. Thank you for your courage, for your hard work, for all the efforts you've been doing for our people. As you rightly said at the beginning, some people have, most of our people have good intentions towards the liberation of the indigenous people of Ambazonia or Ambazonians, but are doing the wrong things without realizing. We have made it a point and asked other executives who are actually on this session. Some have grouped together. I've told them we need to always be part of it, be it members of executive members of the IPO GovC or Republic of Ambazonia, and some of them are using a particular line just to keep their security, their safety protected. For their own safety, they have to use disguised links. We hope this session would yield a lot of fruits, and I've seen it's quite elaborate, the program for today's session, today's parliamentary session. I believe is the second or the first one. I think first one for 2026, which is great, and I'm happy to be here. We continue to urge our people from ground zero to disguise and randomize their names. They should randomize their names. As for the MPs who are already also here, they don't need to use their voices. And some of our executives on the ground as well, they know they shouldn't use their voices. So anyway, I shouldn't talk about the MPs because they come directly under your control and your office. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to debate with whoever stands for One Cameroon. I'm mandated by the indigenous people of Ambazonia, by the citizens of the Republic of Ambazonia, to debate for the sovereignty of the Republic of Ambazonia, which is deeply rooted in historicals, deeply rooted in the political and United Nations framework, and deeply rooted in the constitution of our homeland.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Over.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, His Excellency, for that slot. We are always happy to have you around, and we'll continue that we be having you in subsequent sessions of the parliament. Normally, when you look at the poster for debate, you discover that there are three persons. You are one of them. Sikwa Yoktabe is just not that he was going to be part of the debate, but he has always been an advocate for One Cameroon. I think when such debates are going on, even in the spirit, he will always be there to lobby. Whatever they are doing in prison is still a voice, a message that they're passing to the Amazonian people that they stand for One Cameroon. If not, they would have maybe compromised in whatever way they want to do. They would not have been there in prison. So each day that is being passed in prison is a testament of the people who said no for One Cameroon. But again, that is their own take. There are also some Southern Cameroonians or indigenous people of Amazonians that are for One Cameroon. We also listed the presidential candidate for Cameroon in 2026. I don't know if he's here, be able to let us know. Dr. Success Gomo, who will be talking on the behalf of One Cameroon. For the sovereign nation as the independence of Southern Cameroon is concerned, we try to the comrade and Mr. friend, Mr. John Bakoro was supposed to be in this meeting to talk for independent Cameroon, which I think he could also very well articulate on that note. He made excuse for not being ready because he's involved in some other things, which we try to understand with that. So for independent, complete independent, I think it's only president of Oliver Mbazoni and Dr. Florentin Foch, which is the candidate right now. And for One Cameroon, the others, we know that someone like Tahanganji is not gonna be there because, but again, he is just there to echo that voice that he has been echoing. It's like that. The other two individuals, we are still waiting to see if they are going to. They have not indicated if they will not be and if they were going to be, even though those informations have been forwarded. So we would be waiting to see if they are going to come online, then we can then resume on that aspect of discussion. But without much ado, we will have to go to the next part of discussion and then have some further on okay, so just a minute, sorry, please. So we will come to that maybe subsequently. Let's go to the next item, parliamentary mandate and authority. When I move around with some of the groups and those that are involved, I understand that many of them have not been part of the parliamentary session for years. And since the day seems to have been this hearing the idea of the parliament for the very first time, or maybe been hearing, but they didn't know that it was that serious. They posed many questions. One of those group is Sokamif, which many questions were posed from that area. We're going to look at some of those questions and then try to provide answers to the level of the parliament. And if you are there, that you are abreast with some of this information, endeavor to indicate so that we can allow you to talk, because these are very, very important questions. But when questions come, you ask yourself another question: where is it coming from, and why? In order to give a valuable answer to the question. So, who conferred, who mandated the parliament? That's the question that was asked. That where is the mandate coming from? And another thing I've realized is that when you are in groups and in places, you always have all kinds of questions. And even the questions that have been answered, people always come and repeat, because when they were being answered, they were not there. That's why I was appealing some of them to be part of some of these discussions where we can talk. Yes, where we can talk. And I will give exactly what I actually answered as the question answer to this question, that who conferred that mandate. Now, Amazonians and Southern Cameroonians need to understand that they are at war. Yeah, they're at war, and there's what they call the Wartime Act. You're at war, and there are many things. I'm just being very honest. Very honest. There are many things that can never follow the actual pattern. Even as much as we try to do that, it cannot be done because the avenue to realize that is not there. For instance, if you want to get some kind of legitimate voting to get MPs, it's not going to be possible because most of the MPs are on ground zero or in the, as they call, or maybe ground one, as say, or in Cameroon or in the southern Cameroon region. They are there, and the elections that are being done for MPs to be nominated can never be done in such a place. It cannot be done. So we should try not to look at things and forget others. We try to create a balance when we do when we're analyzing, we try to create a balance. You know, when Jesus Christ, when they were stoning that man, that he said, you who have not seen, you should shoot the first stone. He was trying to create a balance, looking at others, but not looking at yourself. So there's no way. I've had people ask me the question, the parliament is in the air, the parliament doesn't have a building. It's not really, it doesn't really make sense. Those are questions that don't make sense. Why? Because even the country itself does not have a place that is settled. The country is still there in the air. And many institutions are going to be there in the air. In the air in the sense of being online, whatever. So when bona fide Ambazonians, they come today and they come tomorrow and they pose those same questions. Then we begin to ask ourselves the question, but what is really happening? What is really the problem? When you are posing, the parliament is supposed to go to Boya, build a building there, arrange it and put it Parliament of Ambazonian before you can know that they can function. So also with the understanding that there are people who have infiltrated the system that can just ask any kind of questions, foolish questions at times, we also we try to accommodate some of those discussions, because if not, then why would someone ask a bona fide Southern Cameroonian ask such a question? So who confer mandate upon the Amazonian where is the parliament, the mandate of the parliament come? I had to say this just to set a prelude of what I want to discuss right now. You know, Amazonian parliament has been existing since 1954. It has been there. The Southern Cameroon House of Assembly, it has been there since 1954. It is a mistake. It was a mistake for the state of Ambazonian to be restored without the parliament. That was a mistake, and no one is to be blamed because you cannot know everything. It was restored. Sisiku Ayok Tabi and the others came on I think in January or so, in 2016, if I have not forgotten, and they made a declaration that the state had been restored. That state was restored, the parliament was not. The parliament is one of the most important institutions in the country. The state was restored online, on air. The parliament was supposed to be restored on air also. But for some reason, that was not done. And then defense groups came and took over everything. So for the talk of the mandate of the parliament, it was being restored by this, the country was being restored by them. And I think in 2 years ago or so, because the parliament, when it was being restored, it's not now, it's not in 2024. Other Ambazonian leaders sat down and they restored the parliament, 1954 Parliament of Ambazonia. Many of those who are criticizing and talking about against it, because they were not part when that was happening. And that is also not an argument, especially in war period. Because many people were not also there when Ambazonians were restoring the nation. They cannot deny it. I would say, okay, this, because I was not there, so it doesn't work. It doesn't mean anything. That was being restored. A lot of compromises have to be done. You're not going to come today and ask because maybe this group was not there, the other group was there, or some other 3 groups did that, or so and so forth. And say, okay, because My own group was not, so it's not legitimate. People who come with those kind of arguments are not clever. They're just looking for fault, looking for problems in the midst of chaos. And we are trying to see how to figure out things and move forward. Restoring the Ambazonian Parliament, one of the most, I will keep repeating, it's an interesting thing for the Ambazonian people. And for these institutions that came together to do that, I was not even there. Yes, I was not there. They came and they did that. I think it's important to appreciate them. That Sisiku Ayoktabe has made a name. He might not have done the things that other leaders have done, like the Akwangas and the rest, when it comes to impacting, to what people like, even the Gonjin Dinkas and the rest. But the fact that he restored, came and made that open declaration like that, there are people who are still committed to him just for that. I've seen Ambazonians and Southern Cameroon who will tell you, what have you done? This man came and restored this thing and he did that, so, and so on. They hang on that kind of argument. If they can do that, what about those that also stand for the Ambazonian Parliament? But now we're not trying to push issues on one side. The Parliament is there to create a balance. And that is how it should go. So in the light of who conferred the mandate upon the Parliament, it's not supposed to be an individual, but at least leaders of these organizations. If the Parliament had not been restored, any group among the 5 groups or 4 groups that are there with presidents, in a way, in quote, is qualified to restore the Parliament. I'm just saying these things to be a bit honest. I'm just being honest because I've made it as a resolution that I'm not going to take side when it comes to Ambazonians, because these taking sides have divided the whole of everyone into different factions, and they support one side and this thing. So anyone, any 2 group, 3 group, 4 group can sit down and would have been able to sit and come up and restore the Parliament, because it has been existing. People say the Parliament is not even supposed to exist. They are not serious people. They are not. I wonder, I question, I say, how can you say the Parliament is not supposed to exist? What will you do? How are you even going to get the boya? If they give you that country, will you be able to manage when you don't have a constitution or some kind of an institution that can create balance? How are you going to? That's why how you see warlords coming up and ruling and leading and creating all kinds of chaos in systems. Why? Because there's no institutions. I have said this several times that other organizations or other leaders, some leaders, not even some, when I use that word some, I'm using it in quote, have came up with the argument of the Parliament was not necessary, but that is just not in the best of shape, because you cannot survive. Ambazonians will not survive without having a people. We asked ourselves the question, why was this thing not revealed a long time ago in 2016? Why now? The answer to that is just timing. Maybe if it had, it would have gone through that fire that other institutions have gone and destroyed. Right now, it cannot be destroyed anymore, because many people, those that wanted to destroy things, have used all their energies. Now they are only breathing. There's no strength, no energy for them to put in other places. To only criticize, but nothing. So I think that is on the area of who give mandate upon the Parliament. The Parliament doesn't have mandate. That's the second answer I want to give to those who ask those questions. They don't have any mandate. The Parliament is the people. The people have the mandates from themselves. Yes. I've been having this anytime people come and, well, it's normal, because when you fail and you fail, you have people come and manipulate several times, and then something comes, they want to judge it. The Parliament is not some group, it's you. You are the parliament. You are the one making decisions. You are the one saying what need to be done and what need to yourself. And the way you say it, it will reflect how you will be tomorrow. So when you talk of who gave the parliament mandate and you are an indigenous person of study, it's like you don't even know the question you're asking because you're asking yourself who gave yourself the mandate. So it is not running at its full strength because the MPs are not full. Unless they will be full, no one can should ask a question and start questioning because there's a vacancy there for you to fill it and coordinate and do things your way. The speaker, as I am here, I'm a coordinator. And I thank God for coordinating because the worst thing will come, you have a speaker that is political in essence and a speaker that is biased. Then you have to start crying because you will still follow the parliament, but it's not going to help you in a way because people will start going to different directions. We have to create that balance. I'll open this door to whosoever is on ground. If you are there, you have something to talk on this question that was posed that who confer the mandate upon the parliament. Anyway, I don't think if you have something like to share, but the people are the one that empower their parliament. And if the parliament does not function, the people don't have power. Yes, if the parliament is not functioning, you, the people, you don't have power. The only time the people come to have power over the government is when they are running under a parliament. And it's not a group. Under a group, you still don't have power. But under a parliament, automatically you gain some access, some power because you can call any place, any institution to order. When I talk of calling people to order, they still say we are you are playing. If you are the one doing it, you have the power. You call yourself into order. And I think if there's someone there who has something to say on this issue, you can unmute yourself and then you talk, and then we will deliberate further on it and then move forward. Thank you. All right. If no one is there, let me just complete this. The source of legitimacy and representation. The source. They are talking of this question when they talk of where is the source of legitimacy. It's only someone that is not a Southern Cameroonian should be able to answer that question to downgrade, denigrate the statehood of the people. Yes, I was talking with one man, I don't want to call his name, and he was telling us that we need to write a letter to him to take somewhere else. I said, no, I cannot write a letter to you. A nation that pride himself or herself as a nation with the parliament cannot be connecting or talking directly to you. We can talk directly to the other nations, and that's how it should be able to go. And if you want to talk to you, then you have to bring some kind of talk to them, let them come with in a group, and then the leaders of Ambazonia are going to sit together with leaders of the other nation and see how to go around with things. And that's how it's supposed to be. If not, you start denigrating yourself before going to dialogue. And that is going to, it's not going to buy anything good for the people. There's this idea of accountability. I talk about accountability, the parliament being the best institution for accountability. And someone said that, how are they going to hold people into account? And I also, when they spoke like that, I was like, they just don't know what they are talking about accountability. You should never look at the parliament as something. Look at it as you. For instance, if you are in the parliament, you are a leader, you have a group, you are in the parliament, you can call yourself into be accountable to yourself. There are several ways that the parliament can call groups into accountability to become accountable. Several ways. Those ways we'll be discussing them in the parliament as days unfold. You can call them anywhere in Cameroon or in the southern Cameroons. It's going to be a bit difficult, not really impossible. But when other groups started going behind others and forcing them do certain things, and if they don't do that, they kill them. That was not the best way to ask for accountability. But if you begin to follow some of those leaders here by yourself, or maybe the parliament, look into them and ask them questions from this angle. Anyone can ask anyone question when it comes to when it's out of Cameroon. You can ask anyone question. You can ask them. So accountability will be to the people. To the people, be hearing news. Somebody will tell you, okay, I have this money, but you can see result. This one say, okay, I have the money, but I don't have it, and so forth. Anything that involves the people involves the parliament, and they should be able to talk. If they don't talk, the parliament is powerful enough as the parliament to call them to order. This thing they are doing, or we are doing, is not some kind of a child's play. In the past, we've been jumping from one area to another. You get small gains, you are publish it there on social media, and people move around. It's like something is happening. Nothing has happened since then, and people are still dying. So at least the strategy has to change, because you know that the enemy also is involved. If you don't change the strategy, you cannot have a different result. But if you change the strategy, then you are ready to have different results. So it's always important to ask yourself, what new can I do in order to get new results? So in light to the mandate of Ambazonian Parliament has mandate. That mandate was instilled by the forefathers. When the parliament has been attacked in one way or the other with the rhetoric of mandate, then sometimes we just look at it as if some of those agents are involved, and not only agents. There are some Southern Cameroonians that are become, I don't know how to put it, they will always find fault. Yes, they are really committed, but anytime something comes on the table, they just attack it. Yes, those are Southern Cameroonians that really they need some kind of thorough discussion, because it's so important to ask yourself the question, then why should I always attack? At least I should be able to recommend something. And when you see those kind of people, they do things with 1 time, 2 times, the 3rd time, you should put a point on them. Maybe they are just there to destroy and not to build, regardless of their kind heart. So there was this question of the public listing of MPs that was being asked. When I answered, one young man also, or an Ambazonian, came, maybe with the voice I could, and it was like, this thing, as you see, the parliament is just making propaganda. They don't want to put things out there. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. But those statements, for me particularly, I'm not really moved, because as a speaker, there is a very serious responsibility for the Ambazonian people. Very, very big responsibility. Number one, you have to find a way, struggle to preserve the integrity and even the life of the people. As I said earlier, that the country is at war, and you cannot do things like newbies or some kind of social media fans that they are so youthful exuberance, involve them to a certain extent that they just do things without thinking. We cannot do that. Now, I'll give reasons. I want to take this time to give reasons why that demand, that question could not be answered the way the person asks. Because he wanted us to just go and say, okay, yes, this is the list of the parliamentarians, this is it, this is it, and we post it out there. That kind of presentation is a fatal presentation. When you do that, or if I do that as a speaker, I'll give you instructions for that list to be posted, or whatever list to be posted, and you who have become, maybe somehow you're an MP, and you see your name on YouTube, social media, or maybe it lands in the hands of this intelligence, they take those names and they start looking for you where you are on ground. Can you imagine? Can you really imagine? And then you are caught, put up in jail, or maybe killed. Your blood who goes on the head of those people who have done the act. They did not kill you, but they kill you indirectly. So that strategy is to render the parliamentarians vulnerable. That's why I say in wartime, there are some compromises that will be done. You cannot get away from it. They must be done like that because you are at war. So the statement I made the other time, and I'm repeating it again. The information of the parliament, the names of the parliamentarians, there are only 2 people that have that database. 2. They're not going to be 3. In the whole Amazon, there are only 2 persons that have the database, and it's not going to be shared. This one is a guarantee I'm giving to all of those who are even thinking to become and then did not or cannot or are finding difficult because they don't want the information to be put out there. We have to start to make people feel protected. We are not going to do that. And if tomorrow that kind of thing leak out, it means I myself am responsible or I've participated in whatever calamity that comes to you. That is what I will not do. That's what I will not do. So it should be made clear that the names are going to be coded. Yes, it will be coded. Someone can be Pauline, you come and take Peter. The actual name is Pauline, but we decide to give him Peter for reasons that are best with their protection. And when someone just rise up out there and start saying that you are not serious, you are not serious, it is because of that folly that you have seen people have been dying with those kind of careless mistakes. The issue is to let the thing go. That there should be meetings and good decisions about names of people. You are insisting in a group, we need names. What do you want the names to do with? To send to your whatsoever. We will not do that, not now. We will not do that, not tomorrow, not next year. That can only be done when there is a general election, when the people are on ground, everything has been stated, and they are voting. Even the presidential elections, the different groups and factions have gone in, and parliamentarians are going in. That's when they can do that kind of a thing. Not now. That when the names are listed, are brought out, they'll start pursuing them and the rest. I've had people on ground who have said, His Lordship, please find a way so that our identities should not be put out there. They will look for us. If you are the one, will you go and put those information where you know? So those of you or those Ambazonians anyway, there are some also who are doing that intentionally because they need the name and they're not going to have it. That's why we have limit the number of people that have access to that database. 2 like that, not more than. The second reason why this issue of names cannot even come out there is because the parliament, they are still inducting people. People are still applying. The procedure is still there. You cannot go and put a list. If you were to put that list with other coded names, you put the list tomorrow, you come and put another list and so forth. Most of these people who are talking like that are fault finders. When they see that list, the next day the next month they see another list, they will create fraud. So that list, in quotes, that had been expected will only come out at the end when we have realized that the number of seats in the parliament are full. Then the entire list of the people is going to come out. But now that the list is not full, I'm calling upon Ambazonians. Please, if you are a bona fide Ambazonians, someone who really want to see things work, endeavor to apply. It's an opportunity. God is giving the opportunity to some of you to make use of it. Tomorrow you will not have it, and you will blame nobody. You're not going to blame someone and say, "Oh, God was supposed to this and so forth." It's an opportunity. Those opportunities they come like in coded forms. But make use of it. Wise Ambazonians who attend meetings like this to listen, to understand, to know the spirit. That's what I do. I can enter any place, but know that I'm part of them. I enter there to understand what their intention. It's a good intention I support. But if it's not really good, I take time. I might not even live there. I take some times, and when I discover it's really the evil, then I can leave the place. That is what we need to do, leaders and people who really want change in the in Amazonia there. So we will not post those kind of lists, and I want to assure those who are still here listening to me that please do. Those who are saying that we are just the parliament is just there to and so forth. Even if this parliament does not deliver what they are supposed to deliver, because maybe all Southern Cameroonians decide to follow the wrong way or whatever, their parliament still remain their parliament. They will end up still follow the parliament in future, but it might cause the other side to win, because that is your trump card that you have, the parliament. We will come further to talk on many other areas. So is there someone that has something to say? Please, you can unmute yourself and take this opportunity and tell us what you want to say.
Good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. Good evening,
Good evening.
National House of Assembly. This is Jenny speaking.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask, this question has been popping up all this time. I said, let me just ask to know where we are heading to.
Okay.
The question being, the reasons being that I just want to bring this question to the hearing of everyone, because there was a time I spoke to Dr. Florentine. I said, all those soldiers who fought, those who volunteered to fight during the struggle, and they left their widows, and they finally died in the course of the struggle, what action has been taken to look after the children they left behind? Because now it has turned out to be that they are pointing that the children they left behind, they've ended up, some of them become prostitutes, some have become kidnappers. So I just want some clarification. What is the way forward to assist these
Okay.
people? Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much for that question. It's a wonderful question, and when I hear you talk like that, I feel bad and I become a bit emotional, because the reason is because when I was discussing some of the refugees in Nigeria, they post certain things like that. Even our refugees have been abandoned, and you see with the groups are barely fighting each other. The people that are supposed to be taken care of, they don't do that. And those groups, in their own small way, they try to do things and the rest, and nothing is being done. Now, this is another story. These people have fought, and the politicians. I told someone the other day, I said politicians don't really care with life. They don't. That's why becoming a politician is so bad. Even they don't care. You see, the groups are fighting each other. They don't care. They care little for the people. If you can, everyone dies, there's going to be no problem. Now, people have been killed. Their children and wives have been abandoned. The question everyone will ask is that, did they do wrong to stand there for you people? Did they do wrong? The answer is no, they did not. They have been abandoned. These are the concerns where in a parliament setting, these things have to be discussed. There's a bill also that have been worked there. We try to talk with that the parliamentary the people the refugees in Nigeria has sent to the parliament through one other member, and that bill has come. We are trying to ask those in Ghana to also send us what they think is their problem, so that we can put it together and then deliberate on, and then come out with a bill that is going to resolve the refugee crisis. Because you cannot be fighting war and you forget the vulnerable. You cannot. These children and their wives is something that the Ambazonians as a whole and the parliament in particular are supposed to come out with a bill on what to do to resolve or to see how to fix things regardless in light of these issues. It's supposed to come out, and when that bill will come out, it will go out there, and a mechanism or a committee will be set. That committee, members can come from any group to be part of that committee, will be set to execute that task, because the better we start solving our own problems earlier, the better. This particular problem that you are saying is a very pertinent problem, which I think it should be conveyed in a different way, because issues in the parliaments are being conveyed through bills and studied, endorsed, and then now we can put it out there and start acting on. So I want to plead with you in whatever way that you can try to, if there are some people also that can help to rearrange this idea, because it's something that should be, because these people on ground and those children and their wife, they are suffering. Some ends up at prostitute, and some children, if you know the kind of carnage and what some of these people are going through, you'll be crying every day. Yes, you'll be crying every day. With the political mind, sometimes it's just sealed, nobody cares. People die, people move forward. But if you have that heart of the people, then you will not just go without considering. And the people themselves is the parliament. So if those things cannot be discussed in the parliament and answers given, then where are we going? So as things move forward, I think we should include that one, that this issue with that of the refugees, and see how we can discuss on them as fast as we could. Maybe the next session we deliberate and make conclusions and see how it could be enacted in a way, and then we start looking at it. When that is done, there are someone asked me, made a quick statement and said, Southern Cameroonians are no more giving. That's true. They're no more giving. That's true, because they have been duped a lot. Even if they say a fool at 40 is a fool forever, that's what they say, the common adage. So they have been duped a lot. You don't expect them to be giving. People are scamming them from their money. And because of the heart they have for the plight, the struggle of this struggle, they have been deceived several times. Now some of them have resented and said, okay, we're not going to do that anymore. But when the parliament start putting things together and say, okay, ADF, IG Care, and the rest, some members from you are going to execute this thing with some of this IG or this group and the rest, this is what you will do. Because please, to be very sincere, we don't have to be biased. We are all Southern Cameroonians. This is what you will do. They go and they execute, they come and give account. We also send special delegations to go and make sure that execution was work. You sit down, you is talking like that, and the others will sit down and follow them up and make sure everything is done, and then you get respond from the sources themselves, and you know this thing have been delivered. That we cannot be fighting. You cannot be fighting war and your people are there hungry, or your people are there being all kinds of things are happening. Someone even made a statement that the refugees, a lot of money was given to them in Nigeria, and the institutions they make use of it. Who is going to ask them? The parliament is the one. I mean, the parliament can ask any group, even the Red Cross. Millions upon millions have been given through them. Where is all that money? Of course, we are not looking at it too much, but we can ask those questions and make sure there's serious accountability.
National Assembly, can I chip in something, please?
Yes.
This issue of money going to different sectors for them to control budget during the crisis, don't you think that was a default? Because if they say we're fighting for one country, we're fighting for the future of a nation, was it not possible for all the leaders to come together and create a sole account with multiple signatories?
Yes.
Where money cannot be withdrawn by a sole individual? How
Yes.
come money ended up in the hands of others that led to looting during the
Yes.
struggle?
Now, I will answer. Let me just. It's another important thing. Mama G asked that question, and that was a wonderful question. They asked me the other time and said, "This issue of money divided here and there," and I told her, I said, it has happened. This issue of division and ego and pride has divided everyone. People are there having their own small clubs, and right now they cannot even handle because they're no more giving them money. The strategy of the parliament is this is how the parliament can help to mitigate that fall. Now, the members, every member or every group is in the parliament. There will be a time that groups will not be calling for funds. It is the MPs in the parliament that will sit and call for national funds. Groups will not be doing that. The national funds, then the MPs are going to decide how these funds will be delegated because it's the people deciding. It's not somehow. Those groups will call funds for their own party. It's their party. Groups are parties. Ambazonians should see group like parties. It's not really like they're one, they should be the one controlling and doing things. Because they will inevitably end up being parties. No group will take over because the others will fight them till death. So the way we will help this and solve this thing is that it has happened, we cannot be going back to the past. When the parliament has constituted itself and everyone is in the parliament, some groups will not come, we understand that. They will sit and make decisions and start raising national funds. That national funds, the groups will be part of it. They will be the one, because groups are also represented. They raise the national fund. They can now know what to do with their funds. It's not going to pass through the hands of one president. Or in the parliament, money doesn't come to speaker. Speaker is just someone who talks. So it's not going to pass. It's only going to pass in the house of committees that you yourself. So when she made that statement, I said, Mama, it's very important, but we are going there. Yes, we are going there. And many the groups that will not want to join understand that in the long run, they will not have that influence. And when the parliament start functioning like that, those who have given up in giving, they will come back. It's a guarantee. The reason is because they are not giving, is because they have given up. There are people who want to see authentic things, and then they will come back, because if you look at, they are bona fide Southern Cameroonians who are standing there, might not be leaders, but they are standing there because they want things to work. So when we do that in the future, you will sit in your parliament, you can pass a bill and say, this bill, that's the power the parliament has. This bill, by this bill, groups or every funding for Southern Cameroon should pass through this committee, this, and they put a central system. That initiative will now come to pass. So it is very possible. It's not something that is, the only thing is that the people should come to the parliament. It is the people that is the power. It's the people. And let us not worry and say, oh, everyone has to come immediately. No, some will never come. But they will gradually become obsolete. Yes, they will gradually, like that, they will become inconsequential and become something else. But
House of
mainly,
Assembly, can I just chip in something, please,
yes, you
because
can
of the
say,
time,
go ahead.
very thin. During the time when contributions were being made for this Ambazonian crisis, I'm sure the whole world was experiencing somehow, maybe 60% of the world was experiencing an economic boom.
Yes.
We are in times now where circulation of money, most of economies are suffering financially. There's kind of like economic crisis at the moment. Like 80% of the world is suffering that. So if we have to think that way to help these refugees, these displaced IDP and whatsoever, the only way to empower these people, not everybody's going to go back to school. Yes. What I think, from my own point of view, should be done is they should check the skills they can do. If somebody's good in doing hair, they can go into hairdressing. If they're good in cooking, somebody can like send them to a cooking school. That's the only way.
Yeah,
For them
there
to
is
be
no problem.
independent.
No problem
I'm just taking it up, not like I'm imposing, but if you take it to the meeting, because if we have to think like giving certain amount of money to people, once they see that money come in, they'll just think of eating, living a luxurious life for that 1 or 2, 3 weeks. Then after that, they start putting on demands. But life is not going to be like this anymore because the money is not forthcoming.
Yes. So that is the rule. It will be the rule now of the executive, how they want to execute that funding. This is another idea which is laudable and very important. So if you sit in the parliament and say, okay, this is how we have to manage. That's why people need to put their brains together and come out with something nice. It's another nice initiative. Okay, this money we're not going to give them just to be eating. let's create a system where some of them can be empowered, some of them can have something doing in one way or the other, some go to school. Good. At least you are teaching them how to catch fish. And but this how to get the money and what to do with the money, it's those are two things which you seems to have answered them in different ways.
Can I?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
Mr. Speaker, if I can come in, this is Metronicom from the Netherlands. If I may
Okay.
come in, please.
Oh yes, you can come in. Sorry.
Hey, thank you very much. This is my first time being here. Of course, I know of the existence of the Parliament, and I really appreciate each and every one of us being here today present as we look forward to solutions regarding our homeland. I am one Ambazonian. I have no particular group that I say this is my group. I go to anything, any group that does anything that works for our homeland.
Yes.
And Mr. Speaker, you mentioned something which I really want to come back on it and then try to reiterate on it because Ambazonians sitting on the fence and watching others sacrificing all their resources and thinking that one day they will just guys sitting on the fence just come back and then inherit the liberation. There will be accountability. I want that point to be noted because I heard one
Yes.
point you said accountability is like difficult. Or there are archives for everything that is going on in our homeland. There are archives stored, well stored. And when the time comes, we'll put them out in the table, on the table, and then everybody will be accounted for what they did or did not do. That should be noted. Whether you
Yes.
are sitting on the fence calling those who are sacrificing themselves, that will not think, that will not think, that will not ambazozo. Time will come. Please, that should be made clear to each and every Ambazonian because I think most of all, we have all of our this group, the Kuda cultural group. We tend to focus more on this our cultural group, more than to liberate our homeland. You
Yeah.
cannot focus on your cultural group, contribute money, raise money for project. How do you build when there is war? There is
I'm telling
war
you.
ongoing in our homeland for 9 years. This is the 10 year going now. You sit comfortably in the diaspora. You have the ability to raise money. But you invite a chief that have abdicated his responsibility in the village. You invite them in the diaspora and count money and give to them to go and sit in their exiled home in the Republic of Cameroon. How is that working for us? Please,
Yeah.
there's going to be accountability. Oh, I think the parliament should look into how we can bring all these groups and compel them to contribute. We don't want a situation where tomorrow Ambazonia will be like South Sudan started when it got its independence, infighting started. Please, I'm really, really pleading to each and every one who has a voice, belong to any group, speak to the people. Look, we don't have any two home. Now we see how the world is evolving. Even in the US, Donald Trump is even sending out those who are
I'm telling you.
US passport holder to back to their countries. Where is your own home? Where would if they send you today, you are going to condemn it.
I'm
Why not
telling you.
focus on liberating your homeland where your placenta was buried? Please, I'm sending this voice to each and every ambassador who's fence sitting, watching from a distance and thinking that he or she doesn't have anything to do in this liberation fight. It is your fight. You will die in the diaspora if you are lucky. Liberate your homeland. And also, please, my fellow Ambazonians, I'm making this plea. If you have a voice, I think to speak to any of those group leaders. Yes, Mr. Speaker, you mentioned something about changing the strategy. About 2 or 3 days ago, I suggested something, not something. I came up with a suggestion. Look, all of our people fighting on ground zero. If any group, say from which county to which state, if they can compose themselves together and go after any SDO, any DO, any unwanted establishment in our locality that is against the Ambazonian way of life, they will they will demolish it. They will send them out. This discourages people from being repeatedly transferred to our homeland. Lawyers came out much against the Procureur Wadwad in Boya, and today is still a Procureur there in Boya. If the people fighting in Fako could gather today and say we are going only after the SDO, after the DO, after the governor, he will be chased out. They
Yes.
will go after. If we are sitting and only waiting that the army will come, we attack them. They always recruit the armies and send them. This institution will still remain in our homeland and then be teaching our people what we are against for. The war will last even more than the Colombia war. And that is not what Ambazonian want. All of us want to go home. So I'm pleading to each and every Ambazonian, if you have a voice, please send it out. Speak up. Even like what the government is financing. We all know how government has been stalking the fight between the Fulani and the indigent. Fulani people are part of us. They are Southern Cameroonian. The regime in place have tried so that we have this jihadi war between the Fulani from Danpulo to Kalisu Genti to Dengala Gerard to for all of those people involved in the CPDM crime syndicate. They have been luckily they just sentenced one Fulani in Yaoundé among four soldiers for their atrocities in Ngarbo this Friday. I think we should focus on that and see that we change strategy. This our liberation fighters should change strategy, and then we go after these people on our homeland. And then I heard another caller, I think Lady Jenny, she mentioned about the children of the liberation fighters that have lost their parents. Yes, they are there. Recently, I have been working with one local foundation, which I will not mention the name, which we have been helping students that have been pursuing themselves in the streets of Bonaberi. We are teaching them now in tailoring and sewing. We made an appeal. I think I did send some of these photos, images through the iPod chairman, Dr. Florentine, so that it can help our people, because coordinating that people should do things in a group now is very difficult because of the distrust that have been injected into our group. Some people enriching themselves and our people are suffering. So if you have yes, personally, I can say for more than 8 years now, every bi-monthly or monthly, I make sure I ship goods to our IDPs and to our refugees in Nigeria or in all over the towns in Republic Cameroon or in our homeland in Amba. But I do that on my own, which is because the group thing has failed. We cannot be as intelligent as we are and keep doing the same thing and failing each year and shouting, talking tough and want to go back home. This is 2026. I plead on every Ambazonian. If you have a voice, if you have a saying, if you have a stake, raise your voice. There's a chance that the Republic of Cameroon is going to collapse. And with that imminent collapse right now, how can we govern ourselves? Where do we head? How do we govern ourselves with all of this going on here and there? Please, let me end here so that I don't take much time. I have so much to say, and I thank you for this chance. And I'll be coming back again in the subsequent streaming. Thank you very much, and I appreciate each and everyone here today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Barrister. Thank you very much. You have given a lot of insight, and when we hear you talk, we understand, we can resonate with your state of mind and how much commitment you have when it comes to what the Southern Cameroonians are actually fighting for. And what you said is just the truth. When in the issue of accountability, there are other areas that are going to be accounted in future, as you said. But what we have to try to fix now is that we should not incur any other losses. Yes, because for those who have done what they are doing, they have done, they will be, even if they are not being accounted now, God is going to hold them responsible in a way. Those things will come, and you have already enumerated how the different methods in which they have to be accountable. So, but right now, we, in the level of the parliament, we must do everything possible to make sure we don't have mistakes like failing the people again. Yes, because when the people come again and they commit and it is stolen, that's why I made a statement that if the things that have happened before, they might be, the parliament or maybe the country will look into that after. But right now, if things happens and somebody takes money and eat, we will not wait that time to come. We will not wait. We'll look for the person wherever he is. If he's in US, whatever, we'll go there and look for him. He has to immediately, because if we allow them that at the end they will be accountable, then they will thwart the whole thing, and then maybe even fight the people who are actually doing the thing and thwart everything. So that is the reason why, that is the point. I was actually talking on that note, not really like they will not be accountable in future or tomorrow in the country. Look at what is happening in Rwanda. I think Rwanda. Kagame is moving around. He's still arresting people. Yes. Because during the genocide, it was really a mess up. And he's still arresting people even on to this day. They are still being accountable. Yeah, so that might still go the same for Amazonia. We don't know. Some people now, because of accountability, they are trying to associate or gravitate toward the government, like converting into one Cameroon. We understand what they are doing, but they can still not, just because there is karma, and when God wants to deal with people, He will not go and take permission from somewhere. So I completely agree with you, whatever you are saying, and I am for it. And the parliament is just there to create the system where the people themselves can translate what is in their heart to the physical. If there's any other person to talk, then.
Yeah, I'm here, His Lordship. This is Covering Dr. Florentine. I am so happy with the positive points I've heard so far. Comrade Jenny spoke, and it really touched my heart because she just spoke the truth. I have been doing, and I think you've been also been doing a lot of support for some of the refugees, fighters, children. You've been helping a lot of orphans. I've been doing that. I know a good number of people doing that. Metro Nikov Confor is here. I'm so happy as well because I've met him twice. I think about 4 or 5 years ago. I spent some days in Europe. I would not want to call his country where he is, but I went to his house. I spoke with him. I've met him in person, and I attest and confirm to all Ambazonians: if you are in Europe and you doubt where to put money, don't doubt Metro Nikov, Konfo Ngebe, if I've pronounced his name very well. He's my elder. They started this fight in the days of SYL, and he has been committed to the truth, has criticized even leaders openly for wrongdoing, and is not afraid of anyone. He has put his money personally put his money. I have seen videos, images of computers, containers being shipped to our people by him. I have friends who have gone and contributed things to him, and it has gone to the people. So if you're in Europe, there are still some honest Ambazonians. One of them is Maitre Konfongebe in Europe. You might want to know where he is. If you're in Europe, you will find out from people who have been in the struggle. They will tell you where he is, and you can contribute. Don't only contribute material, contribute money. It will go to the people. I went to his house. I ate in his house. I drank in his house. We spent hours. And I'm in my next trip again. I'm looking forward to visit him because he has actually an almanac of Ambazonia. I have learned a lot from him, and he continues to do this heavy humanitarian work. I was so pleased when he sent me this recent round of of things he was doing. I had to send to the forums. I said, beg people, I said, please contribute to him, support him. This is just one of the few people that when I have to support something, I will not even be doubting. I will not doubt, because we've supported so-called leaders. They have scammed us. They have built houses in Africa, out of money from the struggle. They are here in UK, Europe. They take money from people to give them papers who are actually escaping from the Cameroon genocidal regime. They take hundreds of pounds from them. The IPOA does not do that. The Republic of Macedonia does not do that. We don't charge any money. We investigate, we see you are speaking the truth, we write the documents to your government, wherever you are in the world, and to see that your asylum case is granted. So we are taking people, and Metron Confo has said one thing. People, we are taking note of all those stealing from our people. All those who have pushed our children to very early death and abandoned their wives, abandoned their kids. Some of them are prostituting in Douala, prostituting in Lagos, prostituting in Cross River State there. I've had to rescue a lot of them, send them. Look, the things which Sister Jenny, Comrade Jenny is saying is wonderful, because I have sent some of these our refugees for hair training, making this, and some of them have their small salon or hair beauty shops. Some of them have gone and learned how to do this nail thing. Some of them I've given them capital of at least $200, and they have their PSO. PSO is a machine in Nigeria where people come and pay their electricity bill, television license, water bill, or do bank transfer, and then they get commission. Some of them, they have gone to learn how to make soap. I paid for that. Small other activities. Some of them wanted to do fishing. I remember last year, 6 of us, we gathered money we put today. That particular individual, I don't want to call their name, they are helping a lot of other refugees. There's another fighter's wife who had benefited a lot. Is now helping other fighters' wives. That's the kind of replication we want to see. Not leaders who only come out to say, we want money. Give us money to go and do this. No. The parliament, His Lordship, what you are doing is fantastic. I'm going to commend all your activities so far. And I know you are a true man of God. You've been doing just the right thing. Committees, as people begin to commit more into the parliament and join and vet, and while you vet them, they join the parliament, they will have to form committees as MPs. They will be the ones even managing some of those monies. There will be committee for refugees. They will go out and go and get the money. Send these kids even to Ghana, even to Sierra Leone. I speak with some African head of states. I talk with some African head of states. I'm not afraid to say it. I'll not give the names. But when these committees are in place, I will say, speak to this minister, and that we've got 20 of our people, they have to come to their country. They will listen to the parliament. They will not listen to a group. They will not even listen, and I'm very honest about this. They will not. We have tried. Sometimes they come and ask us, where is the parliament of Ambazonia? You people have the parliament. They will not listen to any government out there. At one point, they listened a little bit to IPOA because they are the indigenous of the land and they own the land. But it is not enough. Today, we have the parliament, the people's parliament. Whether you come from which group, come and push what is good for our people. Join the parliament. Deliberate on bills. Say don't wait for the speaker to bring something. No, you come and say this is the problem. Let's put a bill about coordinating in America, coordinating in Europe, coordinating in Asia, coordinating in Africa. Just for $1 every month, we can raise millions of dollars. There are millions of our people out there. And once we begin to show accountability, people will now get that confidence to come back and contribute. Maître Confongebe cannot be doing this alone in Europe. And I know some other good people in Europe. I don't want to call names. But Metro Confor Ninkoff, he's been doing this for more than 25 years. More than 25 years. And he has shown me data of some other leaders who have stolen money from this struggle. Donations that were supposed to go to our country, to our people, they stole them and bought taxis for their own relatives. This will not happen in the parliament, because even as the president of the Republic of Amazonia, I will not be able to influence any committee of MPs, members of parliament. I will not be able to come there and insist that, oh, you've raised $20,000, give me $10,000. There will be no way, because they will decide how that money is received. They will decide how that money is going to be disbursed. And then they'll come to the parliament. There will be audit committees. There will be committees of people who are just only doing auditing. If the Somaliland people can do this for themselves, why not us? If the people from Eritrea can do this for themselves, why not us? We don't want people to come and give big money. Just $1 mobilize, get 10 people. The other 10 people get 10 people. But the first thing before we start putting money in place, in the meantime, you can support the organizations, the charitable organization of Ninkoff, Metro Ninkoff. For me, I put my own personal money into the struggle. I put it for charitable activities. I support the wives of dead soldiers. I support even some of the active Ambazonians down there. I support them when they come for humanitarian aid, that they are sick or they want money for food. I don't judge them. Some of them have decided to pick up the gun because they are frustrated. You cannot be in a place, they rape your daughter, they rape your sister. You have to defend. That's their own way. Mine is humanitarian and diplomatic. But we must give our utmost for our people. Once the people join the parliament, represent even the agenda for their own groups. But the majority, the main focus will be what is it that we can do for our people. Then the money will follow. Once the people see organizations, the MP well structured, because it's well structured now, but we need more people. And you can see there are people active here. There are MPs on the ground, but they cannot talk because people are going to get their voices and find them. La Republic will track them through telephone. So we've told them, don't talk, just attend the meeting. You can communicate in the back. And even as we're talking now, they are doing small other deliberations. Before we even came online, they have been doing some deliberations in a secured line. And it's non-verbal, so that we protect our people. So, but if we have more of our people of the diaspora who can be talking and we sit as well, they will trust them. And I think His Lordship will trust them and connect them with these people on the ground so that they can now be working and then come out with these bills, come out with good framework for raising money and using that money. Metro Ninkoff spoke about something Metro Confor Gebe spoke about something that was very important. There is this madness out there where people are doing cultural activities for their villages, raising money just to go and build things that will be burned down by La Republic. La Republic has burned down, their military has burned down more than 400 villages in Amazonia. So if you contribute money and you go and you are building something which cannot be secure, there's no peace and justice yet in the land, there's no freedom, it will be knocked down. So our people should realize, and it's again another very important thing he said, people who have American passport are being deported. So you don't want to go and be in a cage in Africa. We must secure our homeland. La République du Cameroon should come to the table and we have a very important negotiation that will bring permanent peace. Otherwise, the place will be chaotic. We don't want that. And I don't think those who are sensible enough on the Cameroon bench want that. But there are just a few people in the La Republic who continue to push for this war so that they can be stealing alongside their comrade thieves who are so-called leaders in the Amazonia struggle, stealing and enjoying themselves now in Ghana, Burkina Faso, and other places, which is a shame. And you come to a moment, I will be calling names. I'm putting out evidences. His Lordship, I think I'll hold it for you from now, from here. I
Uh,
rest my case.
National Assembly, please, Dr. Florentine, before you go, I just want to ask this question, and it will boil down to what you're saying, that people are raising money for their various tribal groups or various villages to build baby schools for their people. It's not a bad idea. I just want to chip in this for the understanding of everybody. If you see where this problem is coming from, doing that is not a bad aspect. They're trying to like empower their own village. Maybe that's the way to give back to the community, which is fair enough. Who brought the idea in Ambazonian that if an Ambazonian betrayed a struggle, the person should be beheaded? Because that is where the whole problem started. If military can come into Ambazonia and they kill our own brothers and sisters who are just maybe in their houses, sleeping, trying to shed themselves from the problem, trying to shed themselves from the street or from the crisis in the street, and they go right into somebody's house, burn the whole house down. If your own brother can say that if you betray the struggle, your head will be used as a sacrifice to pay for that. Why would the military not also do the same when they come to a strange land? If your own brother is killing you, why will a foreigner not come to that same place and kill you? I just want to know who brought the law and why was that law executed and put in place. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, one moment before you take the floor, just one
Okay.
clarification, please.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Yeah, actually, I just want to make a clarification over here. The clarification is that I am in the Netherlands, and I'm not hiding from anybody. My identity is clear out in the air. My names are Confongebe Ignatius Metrenikom. So this is who I am. I am from the Donga Mountain County. So I speak openly and I speak freely and I speak boldly as an Ambazonian who wants freedom for their people. Fearless. I'm not afraid to die. I live in the open air. Demonstrations that have taken place here in the Netherlands. I sign for them. I apply for them right from the police. I'm not afraid of anybody or not even a government. So in case you need my contact, you contact Dr. Florentine. Yeah, he's very, very much aware of my official address and all my contact. And if you want to join us, help remove more of our young girls that are being prostituted on the street, being used by the Cameroon, beating them, burning them, ironing them, please join me. Let's help send them back. We are crying for them. Go back home. Only the roads are bad right now. Nothing else. At least the violence have subsided. We only have one day official ghost town day, which is a symbol of resistance. So I think I yield for now, Mr. Speaker, and then thank you very much for your time again.
Thank you very much for also the input. Thank you. If there is someone in the house with answers or to answer the question that was posed by our sister, maybe you can tell us who actually made that law. Because I've been pondering too, it's like, who even have the right to take a life? Soldiers who come into your village and kill your people and do this, do that, and then you yourself, you do the same thing. So I cannot really understand it. Can someone help me?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Who is talking, please?
This is General Nambere.
Oh, General Nambere. Yeah, you are in a better position. Okay, you are welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, for what our sister just said about beheading our own people, that's number one thing I was heavily against it. I think that law was that, in fact, let me just say, the people who encouraged that to happen in Ground Zero, you will ask Foncha, Himfu Sango, Bishop John, and Dr. Chuayaba. Why I mention these people? Because let General Ivan Bar, let the soul rest in peace, was doing it, and they were aware. Nobody called him, nobody cautioned him until he was even moving around with the head of some people that he has beheaded.
Gotcha.
Also, yeah, and He was having the video, how he was doing it and all those things, and people know, they know nobody call him to say no, stop. They give him the courage to keep on, and that's how you see he lost a lot of people. I remember when he went to go and attack Ikeku, he lost about 8 soldiers in the process. So why I say they should ask Mr. Yinfu Sango, Bishop John, and Sofoncha this question is because they were the one who give order that they should kill Lake and Ebube. So if you can give order for the soldiers to kill their brothers in the name of, you say, because of money issue, money dispute, I wish that money was not taken by anybody. Lake was having that money with him. Lake was just angry that, how can I give you 30 million last week? You did not do anything with that 30 million, and you are not explaining anything, and you expect me to still give you 60 million. Let's decide what we are going to do with this money. That was the genesis of how these people start to give order that they should be heading people and be killing people. Now, take it from there. A lot of young soldiers, innocent ones, with a little error they do in the base, they were being killed and buried. And when this message gets to me, I tell you that they should not worry, I'm coming. And when I find myself in Grand Zero, before I find myself, Divine have started doing the worst one, which all of these people, including Bell, they were aware when Divine lined up 11 people in the village, were asking them that they should transfer their witchcraft to him. That all of them they are witch, and what are they doing with that witchcraft? What development have they used that witchcraft to do? All these things, he did video and sent it to Bear, and they were aware of it. Bishop John, all of them, they were aware, and they didn't say anything. And Divine need to end the life of all these 11 people. So, if all this question that our sister asked is a very nice question, and these are people who are supposed to be giving us answer for this question because they were aware and they claim that they were our boss at that point of time and they could not stop it. They keep on encouraging it. They keep on encouraging kidnapping. So those are the things. So that's just all I have to say. Thank you for now.
Thank you very much for that that clarification. It is for some reasons we have come to know that those things have been happening. Even I myself, I actually I've heard and maybe experienced some of those things in several cases. We know those things that they have been happening on ground, and maybe as you are saying, some of the people also who had contributed in the perpetration of those calamities. We will have to, those things have to be saved in the archives, so that tomorrow those questions will be asked even at the level of this parliament. I think it's important to pose those questions now, and we think about it then in the future, or maybe when I talk of the future, maybe next meetings or sessions, we need to come out with bills to stop those things. Yes. In the parliament, to always talk of the language of bills to stop those kind of executions and the rest. In the future, those questions we'll have to look into them and see how to call these people back to order and say, but you do this and so on. The maître said that there will always be retribution. People will have to call to give account, and some of those areas that our sister is enumerating like that will not be left without being looked into. I feel so sad, so bad when I've been talking about these things for a very long time. Like are they really okay? Your own people, they come and kill you, kill you, and they go your own brother also take, and so on. And those are the things that have made it has influenced many other Southern Cameroonians to turn away from what they are doing. They prefer to join the enemy against their brothers, because like if you can come and kill my own people, then they better join with the associate with the soldiers of La Republique and then fight you. And it's all a scheme of manipulations. Many of the groups, I don't want to even call names, have actually participated in this kind of atrocities. Many, just as the general has said, there are others even that I know that they have done things that we just don't need to start talking about them right now. But what we can do now is to make sure those things don't happen by setting rules and laws. Those rules and laws cannot be put there by one person or a few. That's why there's a need also for everyone to be in the parliament and make those decisions. When those decisions are made, if they start breaching them, then now we start seeing what to go after them. Not to go and kill them also. There's no leader in the diaspora that the parliament cannot put to order. No leader. If we come as a group, we follow the law and we put them, this is the situation, you have done this, you have done that. Everyone will be put to order. They cannot, one man cannot defeat the entire people. So our sister in the house, that question will only be answered sometime in the future. But for now, we can try to see how to close that kind of a portal, because our people have suffered too much. Any other thing from, is there something more if you want to say? There's someone in the house, there's something to say? Okay, if there's nothing more, let me try to go further to see what we have.
Speaker, just 1 minute, please, Speaker. Once again, this is Metronic from the Netherlands.
Okay.
My fellow Ambazonian brothers and sisters, this is your home. This is your house. You cannot be inside your own house. Maybe you have ideas, have no language. Ideas have no barrier. You cannot be inside your own house and then you just sit and listen to other people talk and navigate on ways or how can fix a situation. You must be here because you have something in mind to say. Don't be afraid to speak it here. This is inside your house. You will not be penalized. You will not be charged. You will not be accused for anything. Speak up. Feel free here. If you don't feel free inside here to even share this idea here, where would you feel free? At least try to come. When you participate here, say something. Just say anything. Maybe there is nothing stupid. There is nothing brilliant. It's just an idea or just a contribution. So you don't just need to sit here and be silent until switch off and then say, I participated in a meeting. If everybody signs in here and the speaker speaks and speaks until the meeting is adjourned or not closed, then what would you say you did? Did you participate? Please, I'm advising us members, Southern Cameroonian, you are here because you love your home country and there must be you must have an idea or an opinion about something in your mind. Please, when you are here, try to contribute. Say something too, please. And I thank you very much again. Please, General Nambere, I would like to speak with you from behind the scene. If you can contact President Dr. Florentine, and then he'll give you my contact, please. And then thank you also again for your contribution here. And one thing I might also like to chip here again, there's going to be accountability like never before. I mean it, because we are a smart people, good enough, despite that they try to cut internet from the onset of this liberation fight, but the archives are there. We have filed them. Even some people lack them. Personally, I have enough, from names to any documentation, they are there. And we should encourage, once again, let's encourage this, our cultural group leaders or the group people. Let them, leave this idea of contributing money, say, want to go and build a bridge here, want to go and build a house here. Yeah, of course. Want to build a school. What type of education are we instituting in our country? Do we have a particular curriculum that we have injected, or we have introduced that's ongoing? A lot of people in Cameroon is still controlling all over the place. Focus now should be, how do we chase them out first? Sweep them out, then we introduce our curricula, build our schools, develop our home. But we sit here, and then one group in America contributed money and offered to pay a lot of people to come to build a military barrack in their village. What a shame to build a military barrack in their village. So this lot of people, Cameroon's criminal will come and then be raping children on the streets, having children all over like they did in Vietnam. This is a very, very bad idea. Raise money. If you don't know how to use the money, ask somebody. There must be a leader from your community that knows how to use the money. Let's liberate homeland and go home free, my fellow Ambazonians. Maybe some of you are not anxious to go. I want to go meet there and sit down there, we keep dream and move for there, please. Again, thank you now very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. The floor is open for whosoever want to say something. The floor is open. Please don't just stay quiet. We want to listen from you. That's why we are here. And your opinion counts. Some of these things that are coming up, we are writing them down and going to deliberate on them and see how to move forward with them. So, yes.
Good evening again once more.
Good evening.
I know the parliament has started since a month ago or more. I've not been with you people, but there is a lot. If people want to talk, there is a lot for us to talk. There is a lot. You know, when we don't try to correct our mistakes, our past mistakes, even in the present day of today, we are still going to make those same mistakes again. Yeah. When I left Nigeria, I went back again to ground zero. There was something that you people did not understand in diaspora. When now that I'm here in diaspora, I discovered that diaspora is just dealing on voice. Like they just need to talk. And they feel when they talk like everything will be okay. That's a fat lie. That's a very, very fat lie. You can't talk and you expect that everything will be okay. Everything will not be okay. The reality is in ground zero. The reality is in ground zero. You people say contributed money for my trip to Boya. The money that they contribute for my trip to Boya, I want to say this very clear. When I reach in ground zero, nobody buy any one eye stick and give it to me. Nobody. No, I mean, if I say nobody, I mean nobody. I use my bare hand. We're just three of us. We took a bike going towards Munyenge to a control that there were about 6 gendarmes in that control. And when we reached there, we start the argument that lead to fights. And that's how we succeed to have about 3 sticks from that place. That's our genesis of start having stick. Now, I keep on pushing. We went to Kwakwa at the night again. We succeed to have about 7 sticks. Now, somebody in diaspora, they have contributed money for my trip to Boya. None of you people as a leader and none of you people take your time to say, okay, let's try to send some of our family member in Grand Zero to go and verify something for us. If truly the money we have contributed They have used it for anything that concerns Ground Zero. Nobody verify. You allow the leaders in this diaspora to use our money to take bodyguard to be guiding them. Go and rent big hall. They use the same money, try to set a very big confusion in Ground Zero, which that confusion today is affecting the struggle. Nobody is calling them. Nobody is holding them responsible. When Bishop John get up in his house in the morning and took the ID card of all the fighters, post them on the social media. When they want to ask questions, say that it's a mistake. Nobody say anything. Now I can't to see that it's only the fighters when they do error, they are the black leg. When a civilian in Ground Zero make a mistake, maybe he works with the enemy because of his difficulties and anger and pain. Those are the black leg. But in diaspora, there's no black leg. Because these people, they are still in your midst. Nobody is saying anything. After they have taken life of many people, behold and beware that Bishop John give the order that is arrest is it RK? He gives the order that they should arrest him. Amigo did the arrest. And I call Amigo, I tell Amigo, release this person very fast. He said, General, I don't hear you. I will do it so. I said, okay, there's no problem. Please make sure you respect what I said. He said, okay, I will call you in the evening. Mr. Anong is aware. He called me in the evening when they have, he told me that they are going to sit down in the evening and talk, and he's going to make a video and call me to let me understand that it's fine. That's when the picture of them playing draft come out. And everybody say, oh, it's alive, everything is fine. When the other soldiers, they were planning to go and fight back, I tell them nobody should fight anybody. They should wait. And do you know Bishop John need to call me and ask me that why did I say they should release this guy? That is the one who give order that they should arrest him. When I bring those things up, people tell me that he's the Minister of Ministry of Defense. Wow, diaspora. Nobody give people the truth. And you people do not understand that you have made a lot of mistakes. If a father cannot apologize to a child, to his own children, after being wrong, but you expect your children to come and apologize for you when they be wrong, little do you know that the children will learn from their parents. There is no good example we have captured from you people, are part of pushing us to kill ourselves. When I was down there in Ground Zero, I have 30, up to 39 villages. I think Free Marshal Timothy, if he's here, he will testify that from Mato Brutu, go up right to Nbanzi. There was no La Republique. Come up right in Kombone, all this side, all those villages down there. We hold them firm and strong. I called to Ambazonia people. I said, okay, children are not going to school. Where's the Ambazonia system of education to help these children? Let them start going to school. Nobody replied to me. I give the order that they should put Ambazonian flag to all the government schools and start to teach them what they can teach them. I give that go ahead. When I block from Boya, Moyoka, right to Bombay, Banga Bakundu, I ask the question, you pass show us plane. You have shown us Ambazonian passport. You have shown us ID card. You have even shown us the money. Now, I've blocked from Boya, Munya, right to Moyoka. Sorry, right to Moyoka. Now, where is the money? Where is the weapon that you have bought? But where are those things so that we can push on? Look at the distance that we have covered. I stand in that road for 7 good days. La Republic were not able to remove 21 Amazonian soldiers because we're 21. They were not able to remove us. There was no kidnapping. There was no rape. There was nothing. I started the road blocking. Everybody were okay. We make sure we take care of the population. We even buy some chickens and goat and give it to them. There were fathers, there were pastors, there were catechists. A lot of people there in that place. The only person that was caught and be arrested in that place is one policeman, and it's that policeman that leads to the killing of about 4 soldiers in Moyoka. In the same way, he sneaked like a civilian, but I discovered him and I got him arrested immediately. That was the 4-star commissioner in Fiango police station. So these are the kind of things we put effort, we do it in our way, we push. But where did diaspora keep us? They contributed money again. In Sakoston, they ate that money and set me up in Nigeria. I was arrested. 7 of us, they almost killed us. Mr. Anong is alive. If he can say the truth one day, they contributed money, not the Amazonian. Some of my soldiers back in Gazero and some of my family members and friends in diaspora. Friends that they are not even in that struggle. And they were telling me that, bro, be careful. These are people in diaspora. We are here with them. They are very dangerous. They can wipe you anytime if you do not agree with them. These are the people who raised 10 million. Thank God for Babatunde. Let his soul rest in peace. Babatunde, make sure he follow up. Thank God that when we went to that place, we're almost about 13 of us. I told the other people that people should not come there. They should allow 7 of us to be there. Those other people that we keep the far distance, they were not arrested. They are the one who went to Babatunde and raised that alarm, and they start investigation because every the policeman that collected that money say, bro, you need to be very careful because this is to end your life. It's not to leave you alive. So if you people have planned to kill me, you didn't succeed. The weapon I was waiting, I wait for material for 1 year plus. You are witness of all these things. Irene need to call me to lie. That I should lie and confirm that they have given me weapon. That I should not worry, they are trying to bring weapon together. Thank God I get all these things on record. And I did exactly. Finally, there is no weapon. When I exposed the truth, nobody try to understand that these people are manipulators. They are manipulating fighters in Grazero because they did not agree what they are saying. At the end of the day, I didn't have a choice out of frustration. I went to La Republique, back to Grazero. But I still keep my distance to not attack anybody. I didn't betray anybody. I didn't go to any camp to betray anybody. Because I have a right to make a precondition with La Republique. And I tell them I'm not going to any GDR center. And I've never been there. I'm just in GDR center just to visit them as friends and colleagues. And nobody cared to call me to verify what is going on. Nobody. My name was all over the place. A betrayer, a this. That same person you call betrayer, I fight in Manfe on my own. Do you know how to travel from Meme to Manfe? It was not an easy one. Kope Maningoba, it was not an easy one. Right to the northwest, in the whole Batibo, Menkaf, Bafumen, Way, Andek, Bengui. These are places I've never been since even before the war was not started. I've never been there. Jakiri. I've never been to all these places. But because I want to liberate my people, I was able to go to all these places. Now ask yourself, if I was scared, if all these boys that they are speaking one language and they decide to leave me when something else happens, serious thing happen, as it used to happen, where do you think I will run to? This to tell the people who say, oh, this shit did not work, disappearing did not work, all those things work. But when you go against the law, the things will leave you. We took all those things to protect ourselves and to maintain the law of protecting our own people. When you start to be against your people, you will die. Go and verify for all the generals and colonels, commander, all those who have fought, they have gone against it. Because in that place, they ask you a question, why do you want to take this? They say, want to liberate our homeland and want to save the life of our people. That should tell you, your number 6 should tell you that then the other part is you don't need to go against your people. No matter what, anybody, I'm putting a free challenge. They should bring somebody that I killed in the name of Blackleg. They should bring me one person that I killed in the name of Blackleg. They should bring one person that I kidnapped in the name of Blackleg. They should bring one person that I kidnapped in the name of ransom. These are the kind of record we're supposed to have as a fighter. But I'm so sorry, we could not have it because we have bad leaders. We have bad advisors. We have bad mentors. A lot of these boys, they were not trained. I trained a lot of them. Not to use the rifle to do everything. When I reached in Batibo, Sikot, all of them, they were weakness. Commando didn't even know how to open Kalashnikov. Just to open it and clean it, a lot of those rifles, they were rusting. Nothing was inside. I need to stand and put all of them together and start to train them how to clean all those things and how to open them. Nobody appreciate me, but you people fail to understand that you have paid Benji and some other guys, congressman, you people pay a lot of them, and some Bayelsa boys, you pay them that they should come and train our fighters how to use this thing. You pay them million of sefa, million of naira, and they did not do anything. They instead end up, if Free Marshal Timothy is supposed to be here and he will confirm all these things because he's aware of what happened to Daddy and all these places. Those boys there with our boys, those Bayelsa boys, they start to bring the system of courties. If you have a clean clothes, they will take that clean clothes from you. You have a good shoe, they will take it from you. They start to beat our boys, treat our boys like animals. Some of our boys were escaping from those places. Those are the kind of monster you people created. But I took my time. I know I'm not educated like you people, but in the midst of common sense, I use my number 6 to apply what I learned, and I put these boys in order. It will shock you that since the battle, I've lost 3 soldiers. Just only 3 soldiers since I start to go to battle. I've lost Ndawara. I've lost Tegem Jim Ike. I've lost the other young man in battle. And all these people that you see I lost, it's because they were excited with what they have seen and they were pushed. Let their soul rest in peace. Nobody have ever shared you people a video when I was going around to share parts, gari, granite, and rice to internal display people. They never share a video when I was sharing napkin, box, and bath for our sisters that they were giving birth in the bush. Nobody have ever shared those videos, but they have them. Mr. Celeste, they have them. Mr. Anong, they have them. I bring a connection. Doctors Without Borders, they asked me that I should send a leader to come and have a meeting with them. I present Mr. Anong. They pay Mr. Anong fly from Germany to how they call it, Spain,
General Nambere, Mr. Anon, which Anon?
Anon, Zinga Anon.
Okay. Okay.
They pay his flight. He went there and have meeting with them. From that day till today, Mr. Anon tell me he has lost all the contact. You see, you people in diaspora, pray that your sin should be forgiven truly, because there's a lot of things that diaspora have done, which I don't know whether Ground Zero will welcome them. So don't surprise to see diaspora people who contribute money to La Republic to go and be Amin Barat. It's because of all this crime they have committed. So you cannot blame them. Yes, they are trying to wipe themselves. Somebody asked me that, why would you post Anthony? Do you know the destruction Anthony did in Meme, in Kumba? Do you know the destruction? How many soldiers those people have killed? When the pain is too much. I'm sorry if maybe somebody think I'm rude or anything, or maybe you think I'm explaining with anger. It's because the pain is too much. I lost police because of lack of leadership and material. I lost Lucifer. Today, all these people that you see, even though I'm not there in Ground Zero, their family is hanging on my head. It's not that I find out that police has a child in Nigeria, and they have been calling me, they have been calling my attention that girl is going up and down, is suffering and this and that, they need help. It's me that they are dragging. Lucifer say I'm the only one who can revenge. And Lucifer mother say I'm the only one who can revenge the death of his son. You people don't know why they are saying this. There are some people in Ground Zero who still believe that it's only me that can save them from everything that is happening, but nobody knows. But I have no way to go. But I thank God that there is Parliament today to bring us together, to put things together, and to see how we can work from our mistakes and put things right. Thank you people so much. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, General Nambere. You are just one among many others. Very disturbing history, you know. When you go through all what has happened and the pain, it's something that is difficult to shoulder or carry. But there are many of you out there with such history, and that's why those things are not supposed to repeat themselves again. That's the same reason why we are constituting ourselves the way we are doing right now. We don't want to play in the same system because it will only repeat. Yeah, it will only repeat. The lies will repeat. The deception, the manipulation. People are taking within themselves like they can just lie and go around with things. And no one will talk. And it's a single individual will just sit there and pass a decision and implement things by himself. That is what this minister of this is minister of that. And the entire Amazonian people are suffering just for that one single decision. Those things are not supposed to happen again. The level of the parliament, those things will not work. No one can just sit there and make a law and move around and be killing people. Things will be discussed, deliberated, and executed. Committees will be set in place to do that. Yeah, so thank you very much for that insight. There's someone else who says something then. We are already being cut out of time. We might need to, is there someone in the house for One Cameroon? Is there someone in the house for One Cameroon debate? Because as I understand, His Excellency Dr. Florentine is there. The other party is not around, but I don't know if there is someone for One Cameroon, then we can have a short session of that debate. If not, I want to motion that we push it forward to the next session and then call for some kind of, yeah, I want to motion that the debate for One Cameroon should be pushed forward. Is there anyone to second that motion?
I will second that motion now that they have all escaped. Prime Minister Chief John Guti of La Republique has escaped. He has not honored his invitation. Our brother again, Comrade Dr. Sox and Kongo has escaped. He has not joined. We also have Padi Asanga, who has been throwing insults at my communication team. We've said, come and talk about why we need to be part of La République du Cameroon. Why should we continue in a one Cameroon, which has failed us? They have all escaped. So we'll keep this for next time. But if you permit, His Lordship, I can just give a summary of my own side. I know they will learn from it and try to hit me on it. But I can give a brief talk about why my people, not my personal opinion, although I have an opinion, but the indigenous people of Ambazonia, citizens of the Republic of Ambazonia, prefer La République out. I can give a rundown so that we don't keep pushing, because if we keep pushing as much as we want to push, they will say yes, they will come, and then they don't come. We also sent, I think your clerk also sent invitation to Dr. Nick Santos. He hasn't shown up.
Yeah, before before I give you that opportunity, I want to say that the One Southern Cameroonians is doing an incredible job out there setting up a social media um, platform that is going to help to ease communication within the Amazonian people. At last parliamentary session, we had some discussions about it. They have been sending some documents on what they are doing, and also we will need to seek further in certain deliberations to see how to what to do with what they are doing, and how to relate with them. So I want to let them know that we are working on it, and it might not be swift in our operation, but we will actually reach there. You know, children will always do things haphazardly and rushly, but the system like the parliament will really take time. It's time before some of those things could be feasible. So they should bear with us. We are deliberating on that. We're working on some MPs so we can have some backdoor meetings, and maybe subsequent outdoors deliberations on how to create that negotiations and connection. When we do that, we will, if it finally passes through in the parliament and it's endorsed, because not everything will have to pass, but for me, I think some of us are already considered into what they are trying to do. But if it ends up passing, then we will come up with ways to promote and push it forward. We will also, what has been discussed today by our sister and the barrister and the rest, we will have to also have a deliberation on those things, because it's not just about talking. It's about talking and doing. When we deliberate, we should be able to commit and engage in what deliberation we had achieved. So over to you, His Excellency Dr. Florentine, with your own take.
Thank you, His Lordship Bishop Dr. Yakubu Chamaya. The core thesis is that there has never been a lawful, voluntary, or constitutionally valid one Cameroon. Those who are talking about a one Cameroon are postulating lies and are killers of our people. What exists today is not unity, it is occupation, annexation, and assimilation of Ambazonia, which is the former Southern British Cameroons. Some would say British Southern Cameroons. And that assimilation, annexation, and occupation of Ambazonia, the Republic of Ambazonia, has been carried out and effected by La République du Cameroon. If we look at the historical arguments, Ambazonia, the Republic of Ambazonia, and La République du Cameroon were never one country. It's a lie. They were never one country. So when the one Cameroonians will say, oh, we're one country. No. Let's look at this from different perspectives. You had the Republic of Ambazonia under the British Trust Territory, La République du Cameroon under the French Trust Territory. The Republic of Ambazonia administered by Great Britain. The Republic du Cameroon administered by France. The Republic of Ambazonia, former Southern British Cameroons, I say Southern British Cameroons because it satisfies our self-interest index, has been following the common law. La République du Cameroon has been following the French system, which is what they call the civil law system. Our language in the Republic of Ambazonia has been, even from the time of British Trust Territory, was the English language, and it's still the English language. La République du Cameroon, French language. So there is a big difference between an Anglo-Saxon government versus a French unitary centralism by La République. So we follow the Anglo-Saxon system, they follow the French unitary centralistic system. So we are two distinct peoples, two distinct territories, two political identities. And if you look at the international law principle, self-determination applies to distinct colonial territories separately. There are boundaries, there are boundary stones, pillars, United Nations pillars between La République du Cameroon and the Republic of Ambazonia, between Nigeria, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the Republic of Ambazonia. So we have never been one Cameroon. Then if you look at the 1961 plebiscite, there was no vote for one Cameroon. The UN organized a plebiscite, only two choices: join Nigeria or join La République du Cameroon. There was no option for independence. There was no option for unitary state. There was no option for annexation. There was no option for colonization either. The Ambazonians voted for a confederation of equals, not absorption, not assimilation, as Paul Biya said. No one goes into a union with another, no state goes into a union with another state or nation with another nation so that they are assimilated. The 1961, if you look at the 1961 Federal Constitution, which was the so-called legal foundation, the Federal Republic of Cameroon was created on 1st October 1961. But still, we came in good faith. Two states, equal status, shared sovereignty, and protected autonomy. That's one thing I've been pushing in the Alliance for Peace and Justice, and we came up with that peace plan paper. And I said, we must have autonomy. Kapo's group was talking about, what was that? They were saying about something else, which I said, no, we better have autonomy. We can have one of the options of autonomy in a referendum, but still we have to get La République out of our homeland. La République du Cameroon legally ceased to exist on that day and became what Aijo called East Cameroon and called us West Cameroon. So if you look at the political arguments, one Cameroon is a constitutional continuation strategy. It's a colonial continuation strategy. So they colonized us, and it was strategic to continue and brainwash our people that were one Cameroon. One Cameroon is not unity. It is actually a French construct. The intellectual would say French neo-colonial centralization. They dissolved the Federation of 1972, abolished the Ambazonia institutions, destroyed most of our institutions, ruined the Cameroon Airlines, which we had, ruined the cooperatives and so on, imposed French systems, and are still pushing on that. Replace the common law, marginalize English, militarize the territory, That is not integration. That is not two equal states coming together. It is forced assimilation. Assimilation is a word Pobia used in France to say they failed to assimilate us. He was quite honest, at least for someone carrying President Pobia of La République du Cameroon is the only La République du Cameroon president with an Ambazonian nationality. And I think we've withdrawn that already. From the day he declared war against us, he was withdrawn. He's not indigenous Ambazonian. Then the 1972 referendum, it was illegal and null in the first place, organized without Ambazonian consent as a people. Our people, we did not really consent for that. We were forced into it. It violated the federal constitution. It violated United Nations trust obligations. And even the federal constitution, which we even accepted in Fumban, kind of like accepted in a gentleman discussion, there was that agreement that don't tamper with this thing again. Never tamper with this at all. So 1972 referendum violated UN trusteeship obligations. So what are they talking about? It eliminated Ambazonian sovereignty. Under international law, a people cannot be stripped of their sovereignty by another people's vote. La République du Cameroon citizens had no right to vote in the 1972 referendum. They didn't have that right. Then in 1984, February 4th, 1984, that was the final push La République was doing. They felt they had already dissolved the 2 cubes of sugar. It was that 1984 decree, which was born out of their constituent assembly, was proof of annexation. President Paul Biya changed the name back to La République du Cameroon. The same name that existed before 1961. That is before we joined. Meaning La République du Cameroon reclaims its pre-1961 identity and left the Republic of Ambazonia outside the Union. They seceded. This legally proved secession by La République du Cameroon, not Ambazonia. So they should not be calling us secessionists. People like Paddy and Sanga should shut their mouth. MKPD, all those fools should shut their mouth. La République seceded from an unbalanced union with us. If we look now again at the constitutional arguments, there is no valid constitutional link existing between us today. The Republic of Ambazonia is governed under a constitution it never ratified. We never ratified the 1972 constitution. It was imposed on us. Came 1996, the constitution was imposed on us. There was no Ambazonian, Republic of Ambazonia referendum. There was no constituent assembly on us on that. There was no treaty ratification. There was no union treaty with these people. Under international law, a constitution cannot bind a people without their consent. So those talking about one Cameroon should know their people have rejected them. And this is what I am not just saying what I'm saying as an intellectual. What I'm saying is coming from facts, historical facts, constitutional facts, international law. These are things that my people are saying every day. And for that, they are being killed and slaughtered, massacred. We've seen what happened in Dongamanto recently. The Republic of Cameroon has killed our Fulani and Mboro brothers. Then you have the breach of the UN trusteeship agreement. Britain and the United Nations were obliged to lead the Republic of Ambazonia to independence, former Southern British Cameroon. They were obliged to protect its sovereignty. They were obliged to ensure a lawful constitutional settlement. Instead, they allowed France's former colony, La République du Cameroon, to annex us. And this makes the union legally defective, ab initio, void from the start. From the word go, it was void. Then there is the right to external self-determination. This is triggered because the federation was destroyed, autonomy was abolished, identity suppressed, political representation marginalized, territory militarized. And they are still doing it till now. General Nambere has said it. Others have said it in today's session. La République du Cameroon keeps opening, Metternikov has said it, they keep opening military barracks all across our territory. Ambazonia, now, the Republic of Ambazonia now has the full right to independence under United Nations Charter, the ICCPR Article 1, the ICESCR Article 1, and also under the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. Now, these one Cameroonians are claiming we are one people, one nation, one destiny. This is my response to them. We were never one people. We became neighbors by history, not one nation by law. Unity without consent is occupation. That's a fact. They claim secession is illegal. My response is this, and the indigenous people of Ambazonia's response is this. Ambazonia is not seceding. La République du Cameroun annexed Ambazonia. And in fact, in 1984, La République du Cameroun seceded from an imbalance or fake union. You cannot secede. Ambazonia is not seceding. And so the Republic of Ambazonia cannot secede from what never lawfully belonged to you. You know? So federalism is enough. Some of them say, those one Cameroonians. Our response is that federalism died in 1972. Once sovereignty is destroyed, it cannot be reformed back. Independence is the only lawful remedy. Total independence, restoration of our sovereignty, actually. So they claim by one Cameroonians that colonial borders must be respected. Again, response, exactly, and the colonial border between the British Southern Cameroons and French Cameroons must be restored. There is no one Cameroon border or that includes the former Southern British Cameroons or Republic of Ambazonia. So to wrap things up, I will say this because we have to say we don't have to push this for next time only, but we are still there, and there are other ways of which we argue this and debate this. Ambazonia, the Republic of Ambazonia is not asking for permission to exist. The indigenous people of Ambazonia that own the Republic of Ambazonia, that own the Ambazonian territory, are not asking for permission to exist. Ambazonia, the Republic of Ambazonia, is asserting a right that was stolen. One Cameroon is not a project of unity. It is the language of conquest dressed in nationalism. We, the indigenous people of Amazonians, we, the citizens of the Republic of Amazonia, reject it, not out of hatred, but out of law, history, and justice. Thank you very much. I yield.
Thank you very much, His Excellency, Dr. Orrington Funch. Thank you for that presentation, that side of the debate. The other parties have not been here today. We would extend this debate to next meeting. And if they have something to say, they can come and tell us their own side of the story. Debates sometimes will go from meetings to sessions to sessions. That's how we're going to allow this one to be. And for now, what you have said is what we have heard. We would allow the debate open. And if there's someone on the other opposite side to challenge these ideas and concepts, should be able to come up and say it. Thank you very much once again. We will try to wrap up things for tonight because there's so many things to discuss, but we've used so much time. But again, thank you and thank you. Other matters arising. There's some other thing if you have something to say, an idea to pitch in so that we can take it forward to the next session, please just tell us before we wrap up things right now. That is under matter arising. Some questions were answered. We have not answered all the questions that were put in place. We will continue to look into those questions next meeting. Some of the ideas have been submitted into this house will also be evaluated in private, and then I'm encouraging those involved to put it down on paper, so that some MPs can rearrange them into bills that will immediately go into for deliberation. As I said before, we are not going to stay behind. And I want to make this message very clear to pass this message to Amazonian people. Their parliament has come to stay. It is what you have been looking for a very long time. And it might not have come in the way you wanted, but that is what you have been looking for, to solve the concerns that you have been posing in some of these groups. So it will be good for you to associate with it, and then so that you can achieve what you want to in a very short period. It is a platform for everyone. I want to encourage the leaders to identify as quick as they can. Standing alone is not going to help. Standing with the people is the way forward. So endeavor to do that, and you are going to be able to mitigate the challenges and the troubles of the future. Thank you again very much for all those who have been here, those who have participated, and even those that have just been quiet. I know you are listening. Next meeting, you will have something to say. Your presence was worth very important. Thank you very much for those who are online watching and listening to us from YouTube. I know there are many others that are listening from YouTube who might not have access to reach or to access us through the Zoom link because of network or some other reason. So thank you. We extend the information of the parliament to others. Let them come to their parliament. Just as the matron said, it is their house. Yes, it is their house, and whatever decisions that they take, it will be the decision that will count. God bless you as we pray. Father, we thank you for this day. Thank you for everyone. And those that have participated, we pray that you continue to give grace and direct we to the direction that will bring life. Heal our hearts, those hearts that have been tortured, those hearts that have been wounded. We pray for your healing. May they all be healed and then be revived, so that we can now look into this issue with a clean spirit and a contrite, a humble spirit for your glory. You alone will solve these things for us, we pray. Amen. So this is the end of the first session of the Parliament for this year. It was a wonderful one. We had very nice people who actually spoke with clarity, and we pray that they will come next session and will continue in that same spirit. Thank you very much. Thank you, His Excellency, and thank you for everyone that has been in the house. God bless.
Gorgie Dinka lit the flame. Proaya the fights the battle. Flowing tide carries hope's name. Suziku stands in the shadows, but his voice is loud and clear. A nation born in courage, with a dream the world will hear. Freedom has a name, Ambazonia, and it's written in our hearts to stay. No power on earth can steal it away. No matter what they do or say, we're standing strong, we're here to stay. Ambazonia, Ambazonia. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. We will not bow, we will not break.
Our tomorrow belongs to us. Freedom has a name, Amazonia, and it's written in our hearts to stay. No power on earth can steal it away. No matter what they do or say, we're standing strong, we're here to stay. Amazonia, Amazonia,
I was born where the cocoa trees grow tall, where the market bells ring and the rain will fall. Mama told me, son, never bow your head. This land is ours, let the truth be said. They drew their lines on a stranger's map, took our voice, tried to hold us back. But the soil remembers every seed we've sown, and the hills still whisper, you're not alone. 'Cause this land knows my name, it knows my sweat, it knows my pain. From Victoria's shore to Bamanda's lane, you can't erase the claim. We're the former British Southern Cameroons, and we're still standing in the sun and monsoon. You can fight, but it won't ever change. This land both my name. I've seen friends fall with the gunfire roars. I've carried hope through 100 closed doors. They call us rebels, but we just want to be a people walking free in our own country. We've sung in the night when the lights went black, dreamed of the day we can all come back. Every loss just fuels a fire inside. We've got the truth and we've got our pride. 'Cause this land knows my name, it knows my sweat, it knows my pain. From Victoria's shore to Bamanda's flame, you can't erase the claim. We're the former British Southern Cameroons, and we're still standing in the sun and monsoon. You can fight, but it won't ever change. This land knows my name. From Beulah Town to Lincoln Bay Street, you can hear that freedom beat. From Libya land to the Indians' tide, our hearts are strong, we will not hide. 'Cause this land knows my name, it knows my sweat, it knows my pain. From Victoria's shore to Bamanda's flame, you can't erase the claim. We're the former British Southern Cameroon, and we're still standing in the sun and monsoon. You can fight, but it won't ever change. This land knows my name. This land knows my name, and it'll never be the same. 'Cause this land knows my name, and it'll never be all the same.